everyone. We're back in the kitchen and we're making sugar cookies today. I just wanted to offer you guys some fun. Get your kids in the kitchen. Take advantage of being home, guys. Get them in the kitchen and have fun. They're easy enough recipes to follow and they give hours of fun. I make these cookies with my nieces and nephews 3-4 times a year. They absolutely love it. They have so much fun doing it. I've been making this recipe since my kids were little, and now that my kids are all grown up, I make these for all the little kids in my life, and they just can't wait to make them, and they have found occasions to make sugar cookies. It used to be just a Christmas thing. Now we do Valentine's and Easter, and I think they're even trying to make up holidays to make these cookies. They're that good, and this truly is the best recipe I've tried. I've tried different recipes and I've tried to tweak it, but there is no tweaking needed. This is the best recipe. It was given to me about 20 years ago from a client of mine, and I think you guys are going to really like it. I just wanted to add, guys, how important it is right now to be spending some time in the kitchen with your kids. They're bored. You know, their mental health is very important too, and they need their minds occupied. And I just want to stress that it's just such a bad time, and the kids, it does them no good to be sitting in front of a TV, especially with all the media going on and on and on about the virus. And you know, they've come to be so afraid, and it's just not healthy for them. So get them occupied, get them outside, get them in the kitchen. Not only during this time, but all the time. I've been in the kitchen since I could walk and talk, and you know, I have to hand it to my mother. It didn't matter what I did or the mistakes I made. She encouraged me to just do it, and that's how I evolved as a cook, and the confidence it gave me is indescribable. And really, you think you know, your kids are making a mess and you can't be bothered, but you're teaching them life lessons and you're teaching them confidence. And really, when people are afraid to tackle recipes, it's because they're lacking the confidence in themselves. So I really encourage you guys to get your kids in the kitchen, start them young, make it fun, and if they mess up, it's okay. You know, it's food. I started with chicken and potatoes. That was my signature dish, and I every time I was assigned to cook, I remember being 12, 13 years old, and my mom just going back to work after years of being a stay-at-home mom, and I was the oldest of 3 girls. So yeah, Nancy, you have to cook, and so I started with chicken and potatoes, and I made chicken and potatoes till the cows came home, and I got really good at it, and it encouraged me to start making other things. And you know, since I was little, I was always cutting gnocchi with my mom on a chair, and I recall those memories with her, and they're just so precious. And now, being the eldest of 3 girls, my mom being gone, my sisters call to me. They look to me for tips or to recall mom's recipes, and of course I have them, and I'm so blessed to have that opportunity to share my mom's recipes and my own as well. And I just encourage you guys to do the same. So anyway, we're going to start our sugar cookie recipe. That's enough for a rant, and here we go. So here we have 2.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of icing sugar, 1 egg, 1 cup of butter. I've cubed it so that it softens at room temperature. We have almond extract, vanilla extract, and in this flour I also have 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Okay, so we're just going to start by adding our flour to our mixer, cake attachment, flat beater attachment. If your butter is not quite soft, it's not exactly warm in my kitchen today, so I've let this sit out as much as I can. So if it's not overly soft, just keep beating it until it softens. Recipe's so easy, there's really nothing to it. Then we're going to sides of the bowl. Oops! There went some icing sugar went flying. Live videos, guys, live videos. This stuff is real. It's happening in the kitchen. Boo-boos happen all the time. Incorporating nicely. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. One teaspoon of almond extract. Again, you might want to stop the mixer and scrape the bowl. I know that seems like a pain to stop and scrape the bowl, but I just find it still easier than having a handheld mixer. Love my KitchenAid. This is 20 years old. Oh my goodness. The recipes and bread and pizza that I have pounded out of this KitchenAid mixer. Best money I've ever spent. So that's nicely incorporated. So now we're just going to want to slowly add the flour. Turn your mixer to stir, guys, and slowly add your flour. We don't have to overly mix. Is what your dough looks like, guys. Just gonna move this, put it on the surface here. dog's driving me crazy today. She sees everybody out walking and is barking away. Okay guys, we're just gonna wrap this in plastic wrap. Ideally you want it chilling for a couple hours. I'm not going to lie, I've chilled it for 10 minutes and it works too if you're in a rush. Just be careful, the dough's sticky, so you don't want to toughen the cookie by adding too much flour. So be prepared that it's just going to be a stickier dough, but you can rush it and chill it for 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to cover that and we'll see you back when we're rolling out our sugar cookies. Hey guys, well, ready to roll out our dough. Here I have some Easter cutout Easter cookie cutters. Easter egg, bunny, and a little chickie. So I've just floured my surface a little bit. I am so sorry for the stuttering, guys. Like I said, this is live. This is not scripted. This is real stuff here. So lightly flour, not too much. We do not want to toughen our dough. Okay. I have my oven preheating at 375. And these, oh, I'm going to show you my little trick to not have my thing moving around. I try to keep my counters as clean as possible by adding these little extra work surfaces like a cutting board. If I'm going to be in the kitchen as much as I am, I like easy peasy. So you can see this rolls out really nice. It really is a nice dough. Try to do that as even as we can. Looks about right. Oven's ready. Okay. So now we're just going to take our little, usually I have a bowl that I dip this in, but anyway. Here I wanted to show you guys another trick that I've learned is that when you're using parchment paper, sometimes it likes to lift off the cookie sheet. So I like to wet my cookie sheet first and then press it down, and it tends to stay in place really nicely. So we want them about that thick, not too thin. You want substance to your cookie, but you don't want them thick. These cook up so fast, guys. 6 to 8 minutes. You need to watch them after 6. How much fun are these going to be to decorate? So much fun. Can't remember where I found these, but I just think they're the cutest things. I always have a little knife handy here because if I do get some sticking, I did rush this dough. It's only been 10 minutes. So just need a little help lifting sometimes. That's okay. Okay, we don't want to crowd the cookie sheet either because they do grow, which makes them even more fun to decorate. So that is it. That is the cookies. And we're going to put them in the oven. I'm going to set my timer for 6. I'm going to show you how I make my icing for these cookies. So I would carry on and finish this dough, gather up all the scrap pieces and start all over again with a lightly floured surface and keep going until they're done. The cookies are going to bake 6 to 8 minutes. You have to watch them after 6 minutes. Check them. You're looking for a light golden bottom. You don't want to overbake these. Just a nice golden bottom coloring, and that's it. And then you're going to cool them on a cooling rack and let them fully cool before decorating. Now here I have 2 cups of icing sugar, and I'm just going to add a teaspoon of vanilla to that. And I have 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Then I'm going to add enough milk to get that nice and smooth at the consistency you want. What I do with the kiddies is I make a big batch of icing like so. Just whip it up like that, beat it up by hand. And then it looks like I'm going to need a little bit more icing if I want to divide this. What I like to do is I like to divide it into 3 different bowls and tint the bowls, the icing in the bowls all a different color, and then the kids just have fun decorating. If you want the icing a little thicker for decorating, this is more of a dipping icing. So what we do is we dip in the colored icing and then they decorate how they like. You can even buy your icing decorating at the store. Decorate as you wish. I am not a professional decorator. Like I said, this is just to have fun with the kids. So I do it like this. If you want it thicker, just add a lot more icing sugar and you'll get a thicker icing. And then you can pipe it, you can put it in icing bottles and just decorate away. Like I said, this consistency is for dipping. So we separate it, tint it, dip, and then you can also decorate with a thicker icing. And that's it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the sugar making recipe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.